Hello, and welcome back to Grid Gamer. I'm James, and this is 1.18 of Minecraft. And we have just finished building a massive iron farm. Well, not massive, but it's quite efficient. And obviously that's the thing behind me. And we're going to go off and make ourselves our first beacon. And hopefully find a slime chunk. So that's what we're going to do today. Right, I want to make the beacon now. So I'm just going to plonk it somewhere. Now, I've got these villagers over here because I'd like to eventually have a farming system and have it all linking to each other. So the iron goes into one place, let's say carrots and all sorts of other stuff goes into the same place. So I'm thinking, I think somewhere around here, maybe on top of this. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we need more than that. So I'm going to chop this down and make ourselves a little platform here. Right, I AFK'd over here for a bit while I was deciding what I was going to do, and I've decided I'm going to come down here. I'm going to dig down where this is, not for any specific reason, but I'm far enough away from that edge and that edge to be able to sort of dig out a big area, because as I say, I want to find some slimes if I can, but also I'd like to do like an hour-long dig-in sesh just to see what ores we can get. I don't think we're going to need much iron from it, by the way, because this is what we've just got, and this is what I've already got on me. So, yeah, it's doing alright. I'm going to actually have to put a composter in because we've got too many of the poppies. But, yeah, basically I'm just going to dig down to a number. I haven't actually decided what level I'm going to dig down to yet. I don't know if we're going to get slimes or not. I don't know how, in this update, what the slime chunk sort of renders are. I don't know if there's more slime chunks, less, whatever. But I'll just do what I used to do, dig a huge area out. Then I'll put fences down on each of the chunks and fly away, come back. If you see that there's slimes in a certain one, then you know that's the slime chunk. It's pretty straightforward. It's a bit time consuming, but if you make it into sort of like a mission to see how many ores you can get or whatever, then it doesn't feel so, so pointless, let's say. But yeah, I'll dig down now to some level, I'm not quite sure, and then build the beacon. I just did a bit of research into beacons, and apparently they will fire up to 384 blocks upwards. So I'm obviously going to go down as far as I can. That's not stupidly low, and then I'll build it there then. Right, let's go down here, and I want to show you something which is quite annoying. Something I didn't realise. But you cannot insta-mine deep slate. I didn't know. So, like, to insta-mine this, that is as fast as you can go. So basically the normal breaking of any brick. The tough stuff you can do, insta-mine. And all other stuff apart from ores, obviously, you can insta-mine. But the deep slate you cannot. So to dig out an area now that will be big enough to be able to see if any slimes will spawn, it's going to take me just as long as if I didn't have a beacon. I'm going to go and look at the ore distribution tables and see where deep slate is and if it's, if we can go up a few levels or whatever. But, yeah, a bit disappointed. I'm not going to bother digging out for a bit. I'm going to leave it and then do something else instead. It sort of dampened my spirit, So, yes, we won't be doing that just yet. Let's get rid of them. A quick fly out so I don't have to pick them up again. Yeah, I've been playing around here. You'll see lots and lots of holes where I've been fighting lots and lots of creepers, just to give myself enough gunpowder to mess about with. But yeah, not very productive really, so I don't know what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to go home, or am I? No, I'm going to go fight some more. Just purely so that we've got a little bit more gunpowder. I do like the freedom of being able to fly around, you see. I've not actually fought with regeneration, that was lucky. I mean skill. Right. Damn it. So we had 20. Let's see what we got by the morning. Okay, and we got 40. So that is not bad at all, and a load of junk. Right, we'll sort that out, then I think we'll go back home, and I'd like to sort out the shulker boxes so we can get them in some form of order. And then we can go from there. I think we're going to have to go dig in, but a different height. So I think I'll have to have a look at the loot tables again and figure out how deep we can go, etc. Right, I'm going to start off by making as many shulkers as we can, and then I've put some dyes aside so we can actually dye them all different colours and name them and so on. So I'll just get all that done, and then we'll start sort of making them into useful boxes. Okay, this isn't all the colours, but this is as many as I've got so far. That we're missing a couple, but we can actually go now and start deciding where we're going to dig. Basically, I want to get a big hole in the ground dug out. Right, sadly I have lost some footage of us moving the beacon, etc. Let me just go over there and I'll show you what the heck I mean. I found out that above Y50, I believe it was, or something, I did look into it, I can't actually remember now, there's no more deep slate, so we can actually insta-mine. So I moved the beacon and dug down somewhere else and dug a huge area out, then moved the beacon again, so that we could actually... Why did it only show up when we're near it? Anyway, then I moved the beacon again so we could dig out more area. And let me show you what I did in here. Okay, so as you can see, I've mined out a huge area here, and this is not the best way to actually mine for slimes or even get ores anymore. It used to be the best way to get ores. You know, you could get hundreds of diamonds in a few minutes, well, a few hours. But I am trying to get some actual bits and bobs to do some building. So this is why I've got all the chests, and I've literally collected all the different bits and bobs, so that I should hopefully have quite a decent array of things for the up and coming projects. I've also kept spotting slimes around here like 3 times, I think. So I think this or this is a slime chunk, and the easiest way to do it is just put fences around it, and whichever sort of section they're in is the chunk in, you know, that they spawn in, and Control-Shift-G. I've obviously done this with the spawn chunk borders. So yeah, basically I'm just going to wait for another slime to turn up, and then I'll know which one's a spawn chunk, a slime spawn chunk, and I can actually make a little farm of some kind. You'd be dead. I always forget that it's down. I need to go. I had found a slime in here too, but I've only found one in here. So I dug it all out to make it all flat. But that's it. They haven't come back. So it could have fallen from somewhere or something. So I'm not sure. I do go all the way along here to come out of render distance. Oh, sorry for hitting the microphone. To come along here to come out of render distance, etc. 3 blocks, nice. And then I come back and then, you know, see if anything's spawned in the meantime. But as I say, I don't need a huge number of slimes. I thought that was one then. Boop. But I do need enough for a decent farm, sugarcane farm. I was just about to bite the bullet and go and find a swamp when I was listening and found a slime in here. So I'm just digging this chunk out now, and I'm going to see if this is a slime chunk. Because I'm fine, as long as I find a slime chunk, I don't care where it is. You know, the fact that it's actually close to where we were coming down anyway, I'm absolutely fine with, you know. Right, so let me dig this out. I'll be back. I don't know where the hell this has just come from, but I was digging this out, and he's bouncing around here. Damn it. I wish I knew where they were coming from. Or I wish they'd spawn more, I should say. Don't care where they're coming from. Right, of course I can't pick it up. I wonder what moon it is. I heard that they spawn more on a certain moon, and I wonder if that's why I constantly see them but at random times. 36, nice. Okay, I'm going to keep digging this out and then we'll just see. But I've dug all that out. This is the chunk where I found it, or I think I did, but I'd already opened up bits and pieces elsewhere, so I don't know. There is another one, and it's appeared in almost the exact same place, and I think this just appeared here. So I may have been wrong and fenced off this area thinking that's where they came from, but they were behind us. But then it makes no sense. I've been down here, I've been moving around this whole area so much, and yet they're starting to appear here because I'm over in here. Makes no sense. Do you know, I'm going to start the replay mod. Hang on 1 second. Right, okay, the replay mod is on. I'm just going to continue doing what I was doing, which was digging out all this. I'm obviously going to be spying on that area as much as I can. Okay, we've got another one who's appeared over here now. This is like the first one that appeared anywhere near here. There you go. Right, I'm going to go and check the replay footage. Right, I've just viewed the replay mod, and sure enough, one spawned just here. One spawned literally just here. And one spawned just here. And look, there we go, another one. What's going on? I've been trying to get these things to spawn for, well, I've been trying to dig out areas for them to spawn in, but it looks like we've got like 5 spawn chunks or something. It's not, we haven't, because we'd be having thousands of slimes. But what I don't get is why suddenly they're now at the point where I was just about to give up, have they started to spawn, whereas the whole time I've been digging out, there's been hardly any. Let's go back over here then. So I don't know where the actual chunk is then. Because if we got one spawning somewhere over here, we had another one. Well, it could. Hang on. G. No, because the one spawned here, which is in this chunk. One spawned down here, which is in this chunk. And then we've had some spawning over here. I'm so confused. Unless they've changed the way they spawn, I suppose. What I assumed was, right, after digging all this out, which again is not the most efficient way of doing it, you should dig basically 3x3 tunnels and so on. But I wanted large quantities of blocks anyway. But I was digging along here, and I dig in this whole area. I assumed I'd uncovered one chunk, you know, one slime chunk. You know, it's not guaranteed, but when you dig this amount out, the odds are quite high that you'll find one. But I don't get that I found one in this corner, but literally only one. I found one all the way down in there, but only one. I found 2, bear with me, possibly 3 here. I found 2 here, and I found 1 here. And I can't imagine I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chunks. Well, it's not in the realms of impossibility, But it just seems a bit peculiar. The thing that's confusing me the most is the fact that they hadn't spawned at all. You know, I had the odd one at spawning and then nothing at all for ages. I've started to wonder if I've actually put the beacon on top of a slime chunk, because that would explain why I'm not getting very many and why they're appearing, you know, just in front of it. But who knows? This is how much we've got just from me messing about down here so far, which is great, but not fantastic. So what I'm thinking of doing is making a creeper farm over here somewhere. And while I'm doing that, hopefully farm some more slimes. And then we'll have a creeper sort of a source of gunpowder, and hopefully the amount of slimes we need, and we're one step closer to being sort of self-sufficient, you know. I'm not expecting it to be any good, you know. A couple of stacks of gunpowder every so often would just save me having to go up and fight, you know, the creepers at all times. And having like an unlimited supply of rockets would just give me so much more freedom to be able to fly around wherever I want. Right, that's it. I've made up my mind. We are definitely going to make a creeper farm. And if we can identify a slime farm, a slime chunk, then we'll make a slime farm as well. And that's what we're going to do for this episode. I was planning on other things, as I say, but, you know, this is what we're going to do. We're going to get a few bits and bobs done. This will be where this creeper farm is, I've decided. And we're just going to get going. I think the hardest thing we're going to find of this whole entire thing is going to be getting the cats from our house over to here. I hate cats and I hate villagers, so we'll see how that goes. For those of you who don't know, cats scare creepers and it works really well in farms. First of all, I'm going to get myself some fish to breed up some more of my cats, and then I need to collect some magma for the actual killing chamber for the creepers. I will do most of this grinding off camera, don't worry. That's a couple more cats bred up. I will need quite a few more if I decide to make it a really big farm. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be making the little farm of the creeperage. And this is by no means an ideal place. The best place above the sea, like a deep ocean. And I can't remember how many blocks above, but so that nothing else spawns apart from creepers. I'm just doing it for a few creepers. I just need enough to be able to, you know, have enough rockets. You know, it's one person, this isn't a server, that kind of thing. So, all I've done so far is mark out the 4 center blocks of this chunk. Again, doesn't have to be in the center of a chunk. I'm just doing it for that. Maybe that'll make it more efficient. I honestly don't know. Anyway, what I want to do now is count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this here, keep forgetting we got blinking Instamine, haven't we? Right, 5 and 5. Oh, this isn't going to work. Right, let's change to this one. There you go, that's handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I don't know if you know, but cats and creepers do not get on. And scare the heck out of the cats, scare the heck out of the creepers, and they will scare them to a 6 block distance away. So what we're doing now is we're making a little pit that is 5 blocks away, so the 6th block is where they'll fall. So 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to come down here. Down here, down here, down here, down here. And basically, we're just going to make a little diamond shape. So we'll do that all the way around. Okay, once you've got the border done, next you want to take out another 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, is that right? Yeah. Okay, once that's done, you're going to want to be putting trapdoors either side. So all the way around, and then come back on yourself and do it the other side. So basically trapdoors cover all the hole. This is because it's a trick for mobs, and I'll tell you about it in a sec. You are going to need an awful lot of trapdoors. This won't be enough by anywhere near how much we need. I will have to go and cut lots more trees down. Okay, now this is where you put the next level of, next layer of trapdoors. Not down there. What an idiot. Now comes the fun of trying to get the cats across, and I don't like transporting anything, but cats in real life would be awful, so I can imagine they're going to be quite terrible in this. I haven't tried to transport cats very often in this game, so they could surprise me, but I doubt it. What are you doing on there? Come on, guys. Off you come. Ah, I'll lie in the bed. They'll come to me then. Rocking idea. Now get up. Chuck them in the boat. Nope. Come on. Right, boat down there then. Seriously, they can just climb across the boat? That does not seem fair. Right, let's move the bed. Let's see if that works. I get the feeling that I was right. These are going to be a bit of a pain. How can they just walk across? That just seems so unfair. Okay, one. Good, good. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing with the cats as I did with the villagers, but I will take them all the way to where our little train system was, break the boat, and see if we can start getting them to like follow me. They teleport after a while. So if I just go halfway up the hill and then land halfway up the hill, like flying, and then land, and then, you know, see how far we can get, etc. Here we go again. Right, I'll speed through this to not give you the heartache that I'm probably going to feel. Right, I think I'll just leave this one here and go straight back for the other ones, and then try and get them to all go up the hill together. There's no point trying to fight them all individually. So far, so good. That wasn't too painful. And as long as they follow me up the hill, we should be okay. I don't know how the heck we're going to get them into the actual place with the beacon, but we'll get to that another day. Or in a week, or a month, or a year. Alright. Oh, I hope to God that isn't the cat we just transported. Because if it is, well, then I just have to eat my words, my hat, and cry. Okay, I wonder if that's going to be following us. If it does, that'd be great. That'd be a lot easier if we can get them to follow as well. Oh, they are teleporting. I wonder how far we can go with them teleporting. That would be fabulous. That would be so easy if they do. See what we can do. I will speed along with this again as well, unless anything happens or doesn't happen. I'm stopping at each of the islands to make sure that cats teleport to me in time, and it works pretty damn well actually. This is actually going better than I thought. I thought this was going to be much harder. I think I've got moss blocks. Okay. Look at that. That is amazing. Come on then, guys. you idiot. Nice. Okay, that'll do, that'll do. I cannot believe that worked so easily. I genuinely didn't, I couldn't, I thought we were going to have to dig all the way up there and start chucking them down and stuff. Right, okay. Next then, what we need to do is we need to work out how to make the ceiling. Basically, all you need to do is do 3 blocks, and it's the 3rd block, and that's your ceiling, just so it's the 3rd block high. And eventually we're going to make it so only creepers can spawn, but we don't need to worry about that just yet. I'll get the ceiling done and a couple of the layers, and I'll be back, because each layer is going to be the same as this, and they'll each be basically 3 blocks between each other. Okay, I've done 3 layers so far, one under there too, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start closing this off by putting like a wall around it, but I'm going to need loads more resources. I need loads of wood, so that I'm going to have to go and cut lots and lots of wood down in a sec. Just like the original layer, we're going to be putting trapdoors all the way around. Right, I have done a little more. I've got 3 layers on, and this cat here was just amazing. I broke through the walls and then realised that that wasn't going to work. So I ended up dropping down into here, and it transported into somewhere here where the wall wasn't at the time. And then I stood over here and just walked straight into the boat. It's like, that is incredible. So that was a lot less hassle. Right, I need to put the trapdoors around. Now, I don't know if you know, but if you put 2 trapdoors... Oh, I've got none on me. Typical, innit? Hang on. If you put 2 trapdoors like this, and okay, that's rubbish. Right, this is a really good demonstration, isn't it, guys? Right, like that, any entity in Minecraft will think it's a block it can walk across and fall through. So that's why we do it all the way around, because they will run away and just fall straight down. If you don't have it, they're not scared enough to fall straight into the, like, whatever's below. And look what we've got here. And this spawned right in the centre. So I can't tell. I think that the spawn chunks are moving like the film The Cube. Spoiler alert. Nice. 25. I got 36 last time. That's a bit rude. Okay. So we are slowly getting a nice amount of slime balls. Although that is the first set I've had since starting to build this, which is quite annoying. Right, anyway, let's go back to what I was doing, which was sorting out the chests. Right, that's all the trapdoors done. So we're going to dig down another block now so that we can put in the magma blocks. Okay, so this is our basic floor design. It obviously won't be just going round and round and there'll be a collection system, but basically all this means is anything that gets chucked on our floor will eventually be picked up by the hopper minecart and just swallowed. And we're going to do that through the whole of the bottom ring, but we're going to make it so that the minecart comes up to somewhere around here and drops off its goods. But I just thought I'd show you the basic concept of it all. How long has this been a thing? That we don't stop minecarts anymore? That's handy as hell. I don't know if that is an actual thing or if that's just an error, but that is handy as hell. Okay, I've made a simple drop-off point for the actual minecart now. And it just comes up here. basically it does some magic. I'm still no good with redstone. This, I think, is Impulse's version of the drop-off station. I learned it years ago. Basically, if it's got stuff in, it will turn off this rail and unload. If it hasn't got anything in, it just goes back to doing what it does. And basically, it comes down, goes all the way around, and then when it comes to this broken track, it automatically will follow its way back up again. And that's that done. Oh, and we got a slime. 1 second. See, it was worth making this. $34, nice. By the end of this, we will have enough for our sugarcane farm. Okay. Right, next then, all I need to do is close off all of this and then make all of the actual ceilings. Because at the moment, the ceilings are just ceilings. There's no nothing that stops other mobs spawning. And obviously, all we want is our creepers to spawn. So we have to make the ceiling in a specific way. So I'll do the first one and show you. Okay, and now this is the bit that takes the time, but you know, this is what stops everything else spawning, well, nearly everything, is we now have to place all of these trapdoors. And we can still walk under them, which is great, but other mobs cannot, except spiders, but we'll deal with that in a second too. Now, none of this is a proper creeper farm, right? These are all too close. They can hit on there. It should be 2 gaps away. This isn't the right shaped thing, etc., etc. But this is literally my interpretation of I just want a very small farm, just for being able to actually get a tiny amount of rockets. I don't, I literally only need what I need, Basically, it's just for rockets. So, copy what you want of this, but take away from this that you can just make your own, and it will produce some. There will be people who have made insanely powerful ones that, you can get like 1 million stacks an hour kind of thing. This will not. But this is just my interpretation of how to do it. And I've made them before, exactly following tutorials and stuff, and they work really well, But I didn't want to do that this time. I wanted to just take away some of the ideas that I learnt from doing them and make my own kind of thing. The next thing we need is carpet. And this will just stop all the mobs that can spawn in that small space, which is just spiders. All you need to do is make sure there's no 4 wide gaps, and I'm literally gonna chuck them down almost randomly, but not. I'm just working out basically that's a 4, so that needs to go there. And I'll keep checking to make sure there's no 4 wide areas. That's 4 wide, isn't it? So that there. Okay, I'm not going to chuck them down randomly because it's a lot more difficult than it looks. But I'll sort this out and I'll be back. Now I believe we should get the replay mod on the go and have a look, see what's happening. I believe I've done it all right. Let's fire up the replay mod and let's have a look. Okay, my lovely people, that's where I'm going to leave it. We got a lot done in this episode, which I'm quite happy with, but there's a lot more left to do. In between episodes, I'm going to be adding more layers to this whole farm. And I'm also going to be updating my Minecraft to make it a little bit more optimized, add a few little bits and pieces, a little bit of like quality of life items, you know what I mean? But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.